It's official. The Nintendo Switch 2 is finally here. After years of rumors, leaks, and speculation, Nintendo has pulled back the curtain on their next-gen console. And wow, this thing is packed with surprises. Today we're breaking down everything you need to know. The hardware, the games, the price, and most importantly, should you buy it? Let's dive in. All together, anytime, anywhere. With new ways to play and new ways to connect players, the Nintendo Switch 2 system arrives June 5th for a suggested retail price of $449.99 in the United States. Discover reimagined Joy-Con 2 controllers, each of which can now be used as a mouse in compatible games and that snap to the system with magnetic connectors. Experience the system's powerful processing speeds, delivering visuals via a bigger screen showcasing vibrant color and clarity. From Nintendo Switch 2 games to compatible games in existing Nintendo Switch libraries. Connect and play with friends and family in surprising new ways. System provides powerful new hardware, reimagined online capabilities, and a broad range of games. Nintendo Switch 2 is the next step in at-home gaming that can be taken on the go based on 8 years of play and discovery that began with Nintendo Switch, said Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa. With its new features that expand the possibilities of gaming experiences, I truly believe that Nintendo Switch 2 is a leap forward in our journey of putting smiles on the faces of everyone that Nintendo touches. Nintendo Switch 2 comes with the following. Nintendo Switch 2 console. Joy-Con 2 controllers L+R. Joy-Con 2 grip. Joy-Con 2 straps. Nintendo Switch 2 dock. Ultra-high-speed HDMI cable. Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter. USB-C charging cable. Race into Nintendo Switch 2 with the Nintendo Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World Bundle * for a suggested retail price of $499.99 in the United States, which includes a system and a download code for the Mario Kart World game, available from Nintendo Switch 2 launch day on June 5th. Today's Nintendo Direct presentation featured a broad variety of hardware details, system features, and games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 system both from Nintendo and its publishing partners. To view the Nintendo Direct presentation in its entirety, Game Chat enables new ways to play socially, all together. With the new online feature Game Chat ***, people can play games and talk like everyone is in the same room, even if they are miles apart. Whether sharing a victory or just waving hello, Game Chat makes it feel like online friends around the world are on the same couch. Once Game Chat is up, players can start a chat with friends anytime by pressing the C button on the right Joy-Con 2 controller. The system's built-in mic can be used to voice chat while playing games with up to 12 people in different locations. Up to 4 friends can share their screen, and if they connect a compatible USB-C camera, such as the Nintendo Switch 2 camera sold separately, they can also video chat, seeing each other's faces as they cheer, shout, or laugh while playing. Additional friends can join the chat via audio only. Until the end of March 2026, Game Chat can be used without the need to have a Nintendo Switch Online membership. Afterwards, a Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required. When initiating a Game Chat session, the user invites people from their friend list. Safety features are in place to help players have a safe and secure chat experience, such as the ability to report a person while in a chat session. In addition, Nintendo recognizes the important role parents and guardians play in their children's online experiences, so children under the age of 16 will need their parent or guardian to approve their use of Game Chat with an updated version of the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app. A multitude of new features and experiences. A large, vivid screen that allows smooth motion expression. Nintendo Switch 2 has a large 7.9-inch built-in LCD screen that displays in Full HD at 1080p while maintaining the same thickness of Nintendo Switch. Even while on the go, Nintendo Switch 2 offers vivid, detailed game experiences, as well as smooth graphics showcasing character movements and their rich facial expressions. Joy-Con 2 controllers attached to the system with a snap. Joy-Con 2, the newly designed Nintendo Switch 2 controllers, magnetically attached to the Nintendo Switch 2 console. In addition, either Joy-Con 2 controller can be operated like a mouse by sliding it on a surface like a table or on a pair of pants. They can be used in multiple ways, including for games that require aiming. A new freely adjustable stand and a new USB-C port. The angle of the new stable stand on the back of the Nintendo Switch 2 system can be adjusted freely so that players can find their preferred viewing angle. While Nintendo Switch has one USB-C port on the bottom of the system, Nintendo Switch 2 has a port on the top of the system as well, which makes it possible for players to use the included AC adapter to charge the system while playing in tabletop mode. It is also possible to connect a compatible USB-C camera, like the Nintendo Switch 2 camera accessory, to enjoy video chat on Game Chat. Powerful processing speed and graphical performance. Nintendo Switch 2 has significantly improved CPU and GPU performance over Nintendo Switch, resulting in faster processing speed and enabling new visually advanced gameplay. It also makes it possible to achieve more detailed graphics and faster loading times. Crisp audio quality and spatial 3D sound. On Nintendo Switch 2, the sound quality is more natural and clearer with an even more balanced sound range. When playing in handheld mode or tabletop mode, players will be able to experience games with even more immersive three-dimensional sound. Internal storage of 256 GB. The internal storage of Nintendo Switch 2, where digital games and save data are stored, is 256 GB, which is 8 times the storage capacity of Nintendo Switch. For additional storage, Nintendo Switch 2 only uses microSD express cards, which have faster data reading speeds than previous microSD models. Nintendo Switch games are also playable on Nintendo Switch 2. In addition to Nintendo Switch 2 games, Nintendo Switch 2 can play compatible physical and digital games released on Nintendo Switch. Some Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers and peripherals, such as the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, will also be usable on Nintendo Switch 2 by connecting them wirelessly to the system. For more information on the compatibility with Nintendo Switch games and accessories, please visit the Nintendo website. The new Nintendo Switch 2 dock. By connecting the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to a TV, users can output video at up to 4K resolution and play games at up to 120 frames per second via compatible games and TVs. Multiple people can play one title with Game Share. With Game Share, a new Nintendo Switch 2 feature, players can share and play the same game with others who do not have the game. If one person has a Nintendo Switch 2 system and a game compatible with Game Share, that person can invite others to temporarily play the same game together via local play with their Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch system. Between Nintendo Switch 2 systems, Game Share can also be used along with Game Chat for online play, so that players can chat with others while all of them play the same game. Virtual game cards add benefits to digital games. With virtual game cards, players can easily manage all their purchased digital games, play games on 2 different systems, or even lend or borrow games. The virtual game card menu shows all of the digital games purchased with a user's Nintendo account, making it easy to access the games and load them on the system. Once a virtual game card is loaded onto a system, it can be played even if the system is not connected to the internet, and other users who are on that system can also play the game. Additionally, digital games can be lent and borrowed among members of the same Nintendo account family group in the form of virtual game cards via local wireless communication. Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo Switch Online *** will be available on Nintendo Switch 2. On Nintendo Switch 2, players with a Nintendo Switch Online membership will be able to use features like Game Chat along with existing online features. For a limited time, all Nintendo Switch 2 owners can access Game Chat without a Nintendo Switch Online membership through the Game Chat Open Access period, which lasts until the end of March 2026. After that time, a Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use Game Chat. In addition, for Nintendo Switch 2 owners, Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics will be released right at the system's launch. Players with a Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership and a Nintendo Switch 2 system will be able to access a growing collection of Nintendo GameCube games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. The classic game lineup available at release will be F-Zero GX, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker and Soul Calibur 2. Along with the classic games, a dedicated wireless controller designed after the original GameCube controller will be available for purchase *** by paid Nintendo Switch Online members. Variety of accessibility features. In addition to existing accessibility features on Nintendo Switch, To support players' wide range of gameplay styles, Nintendo Switch 2 offers a variety of new accessibility options, including the ability to adjust font size, enable screen reader, and speech-to-text features within game chat. Safe and secure game experience on Nintendo Switch 2. With a Nintendo Switch parental control app, parents can easily support their children's gameplay by using their smart device to check what kind of games their children play or set limits on how long the system can be used daily. As for game chat, children under the age of 16 will need the parents' or guardian's approval on the Nintendo Switch parental control app to start a chat, which makes it possible for parents and guardians to manage their children's chat experience securely. Nintendo Switch 2 will be available for pre-order in North America from participating retailers beginning on April 9, 2025. New games for a new system. Nintendo Switch 2 will launch with games that highlight its new capabilities while bringing everyone along for the ride. From brand new titles and system exclusives, like Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, to exhilarating experiences like EA Sports Madden NFL and Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, to upgraded versions of Nintendo Switch games like Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV and Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. There is much to share and play. Put the pedal to the metal in Mario Kart World, a brand new experience set in a vast interconnected environment. Race seamlessly across connected courses that deliver Mario Kart racing like never before. 24 drivers can compete in a race. Participate in the new Knockout Tour mode, where you'll barrel through back-to-back courses and checkpoints, with no pit stops along the way. If a player doesn't make it to each checkpoint at a high enough placement, they will be eliminated. And in free roam, it's possible to go off the racetrack and drive in any direction you wish, explore areas that pique your interest and take some photos at scenic spots with a group of friends. Mario Kart World races onto Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5. More details will be revealed in a Mario Kart World Direct presentation on April 17 at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Get ready for Donkey Kong Bonanza, a brand new 3D platforming action-adventure. Available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Crash, bash, and climb through nearly everything in DK's path and tear off chunks of terrain to swing around and throw in groundbreaking exploration. The more that is demolished with powerful punches, the more areas open up to discover. Break on through this adventure full of mayhem, surprises and bananas when Donkey Kong Bonanza crashes onto Nintendo Switch July 2, 17. The new capabilities of Nintendo Switch 2 allow for compatible physical and digital games released on Nintendo Switch to receive paid Nintendo Switch 2 Edition upgrade packs featuring enhanced graphics, exclusive content offerings, and new gameplay experiences. EA Sports Madden NFL and EA Sports FC. EA Sports is bringing fans together from across the world both on the pitch and on the gridiron. EA Sports Madden NFL and EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. NBA 2K and WWE 2K. Dominate on the court and in the ring. NBA 2K and WWE 2K are coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Hyrule Warriors. Age of Imprisonment is the newest title in the Hyrule Warriors series and is developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo. The game features epic battles against hordes of enemies as it tells the untold story from Hyrule's distant past of the imprisoning war that ultimately led to the events of The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Fans of the Legend of Zelda series and players of both The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom can experience the thrill of battle and this canonical tale featuring Princess Zelda, King Roru, and other familiar characters. Fight for Hyrule's future when Hyrule Warriors. Age of Imprisonment comes to Nintendo Switch 2 this winter. Split fiction. Jump between sci-fi and fantasy worlds in this co-op action-adventure ***, where contrasting writers Mio and Zoe have become trapped in a simulation of their own stories. Split fiction keeps you on the edge of your couch with weird and unexpected moments as players have to coordinate and work together to overcome challenges. Players can also invite a friend to play with for free via crossplay on Nintendo Switch 2 with Friends Pass **********. Jump into the action when Split Fiction releases the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. For the first time, Nintendo players can step into the shoes of V, a mercenary determined to become a legendary cyberpunk in Night City. With the powerful processing speed and graphical performance of Nintendo Switch 2, every neon-lit street and firefight feels more immersive than ever. With this edition, players can enjoy the full Cyberpunk 2077 experience, featuring the base game and the critically acclaimed Phantom Liberty spy thriller expansion. Climb the ranks when Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition releases the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Experience a modern reimagining of one of the most iconic games of all time on Nintendo Switch 2. Set in Midgar, players will immerse themselves in a standalone gaming experience designed for RPG players that crave unforgettable characters, a powerful story, and a strategic battle system that merges real-time action with command-based combat. Including FF7R Episode Intermission, an additional story arc happening during the events of the game, players can fight for the future of the planet when Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade comes to Nintendo Switch 2. Street Fighter VI. Experience the next evolution of Street Fighter in Street Fighter VI with 3 distinct game modes, new gameplay features, and enhanced visuals. Fight your way to the top with new game modes exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 like local wireless one-on-one and avatar matches *******. Enjoy new party modes utilizing Joy-Con 2 controllers like Euro Battle and Calorie Contest. Plus, players can check out 3 new Amiibo figures and 22 Amiibo cards at launch. Choose from Street Fighter 6 Years 1 to 2 Fighter Edition, or the digital version of Street Fighter 6, for Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Steer the course of history in Sid Meier's Civilization 7 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Featuring new mouse controls that offer a more intuitive experience, players' decisions will shape the cultural lineage of their empire. Construct cities and architectural wonders, improve your civilization with technological breakthroughs, and conquer or cooperate with rival civilizations as you explore the world. Whether you choose to follow history or forge your own path, create a legacy that echoes through the ages when Sid Meier's Civilization 7 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. Hogwarts Legacy. Experience Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry like never before in Hogwarts Legacy, which has been updated with Joy-Con 2 mouse support, improved graphics and audio, seamless map load times, and controls for Nintendo Switch 2. Players can become the center of their own adventure with this open-world action role-playing game as they discover magical beasts, customize their character, master spellcasting, and become the witch or wizard they want to be. Rediscover the magic when Hogwarts Legacy arrives on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Follow 4 Warriors of Light on a journey to restore the elemental crystals in the HD remaster of the Nintendo 3DS RPG masterpiece, Bravely Default. Experience an RPG that brings new depth to classic turn-based battles with the introduction of the Brave and Default system, featuring an array of options to customize your characters with over 20 unique jobs. The game also includes quality-of-life updates and 2 new minigames that leverage the dual mouse controls of Nintendo Switch 2. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. Borderlands 4. Experience outrageous enemies and killer loot on the dangerous new planet of Kairos in Borderlands 4. Become an unstoppable force blasting through enemies with an arsenal of weaponry. Deftly defy death from every direction as players flex their skill expression with glide, dodge, fixed-point grapple, and more. Hop into the action when Borderlands 4 launches on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. More adventure awaits in new and updated titles including a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. 2 legendary Activision games return with new skaters, gnarlier tricks, a sicker soundtrack, and for the first time in over a decade, new parks. Drop into cross-platform online multiplayer **** and relive the classic fun. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer. A Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. With over 28 million copies sold worldwide, Elden Ring is an award-winning action RPG set in an authentic dark fantasy world. Explore treacherous dungeons and face epic boss battles. Including the base game, the Shadow of the Erduturi expansion, And new weapons, armor, a new torrent appearance customization, and more. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition arrives on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. A Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Discover the decadence and danger of 1988 Japan in Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. The definitive edition of the acclaimed origin story is coming first to Nintendo Switch 2. Players will have to fight through Tokyo and Osaka's entertainment districts as Kazuma Kiryu and Goro Majima in an epic crime drama. With a director's cut, players will find deeper insights into character backstories and incidents with never-before-seen cutscenes. Plus, the new Red Light Raid online multiplayer mode ***. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut launches on Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. Fortnite. Whether you want to be the last player standing in Battle Royale, Zero Build, Reload, and Fortnite OG, or you want to explore LEGO Fortnite experiences, blast to the finish with rocket racing, or headline a concert with Fortnite Festival, the choice is yours. Find it all in Fortnite on Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. Enter the Gungeon 2. Experience the reloaded sequel to the iconic bullet dungeon crawler with Enter the Gungeon 2. Featuring a new 3D art style, weapons, and new gameplay tricks, players can load in on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. A Hitman World of Assassination, Signature Edition. Enter the world of the ultimate assassin in Hitman World of Assassination, Signature Edition. Explore intricate environments as you use disguises and stealth to execute missions. Experience the best of Hitman, Hitman 2 and Hitman 3, including the main campaign, contracts mode, escalations, and more. Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition releases the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. Project 007. Step into the shoes of James Bond and earn your 00 status. Featuring a wholly original Bond story, Project 007 will come to Nintendo Switch 2. And that's not all, as Nintendo Switch 2 welcomes Starseeker, Astroneer Expeditions, Demon Ex Machina, Titanic Scion, Deltarune, Survival Kids, Star Wars Outlaws, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and more. That's everything we know about the Nintendo Switch 2. What do you think? Will you be pre-ordering? What game are you most excited for? Drop a comment below and let's get hyped together. Make sure to hit like if you're excited, subscribe for more Nintendo news, and I'll see you in the next video. Game on!